Hey guys, it's Shama from Happy Living Now and welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to do your own fitting tribal braids. In today's video, I'm going to share with you just how I was able to achieve this look by doing my own DIY fitting tribal braids. I tried it for the very first time on myself and I actually like how it turned out. I'm pretty excited with the results. And I'm going to show you just how I was able to achieve this look. I'm going to give you a 360. So if you're interested in learning just how you could do your own fitting tribal braids, stay tuned. So we're starting on freshly washed hair, and the first thing that I'm doing is sectioning my hair in 3 layers because I am going to be braiding my hair in 3 layers. The very bottom layer is going to be box braids and not cornrows, and then the top layers will be cornrows. So I'm just sectioning off my hair, just making sure that I get my partings as clean as possible and sectioning my hair as thick as I want them. The middle section I kind of parted in two. It's really not necessary, but I did it that way to help me easier braid my hair. The hair that I'm using is Spetra stretch braid. I got it at my local beauty supply store, so it might be available in your local beauty supply store. And then I also used jam for my hair. Okay, so I've started braiding, doing box braids on the very bottom layer, and you can see on the left hand side my hair is very sparse. Again, that's a problem and an issue that I talked about when I talked about my new microlocs journey. So that's why I actually went off and did that low cut for the summer after I cut off the locks. When I cut off my locks, yes, I did go ahead and braid my hair even with, the problem areas. But I wanted to come back on camera just to show you how I went ahead and braided my hair. So I'm sectioning my hair as thick as I want it. Again, there's no precise measurement to the hair. I am really just feeling the hair. It's all touch and feel for the thickness. And you will see that I took that hair that I sectioned off and I further sectioned it off into 2. And then I've taken one piece of the hair and crossed it over the other piece of hair so that I have 3 strands. The next step that I'm going to do, I'm taking that hair, the braid hair, and I'm going to place it over the section of my hair that I've sectioned off for the box braid. And then I'm just going to separate my hair into 3 and braid it together with the braiding hair. I hope that made sense. But I have, as you can see, I have closed in on what I'm actually doing so you can see how I went ahead and did my box braids. Okay, so now that I've installed all my box braids on the bottom layer, I am now working on the second layer, which is like the midsection of my hair. So I have parted the first braid and I am gonna start braiding my own hair before I put in the braids. Now you will see here that after I braided my own hair, when it came to adding the first piece of the fitting braid, I had a little problem doing that, and you will see it here in a couple seconds. I added the hair, but it was like the very first fitting braid that I was doing, and so I kind of had to figure it out. I was having a little problem figuring it out as to which way the hair was supposed to go and how I should have added it to my hair. So when I thought I had added it, I started braiding, but then I realized it was not actually in, it was not braiding in my hair, it was slipping off instead, and I had to take it off and redo it. So I went ahead and did a couple of them off camera, and then I came back on to show you how I actually went ahead and did that. Giving it another try on camera, I've sectioned off my hair and I'm gonna begin braiding my hair itself without adding any additional extension to it. So I'm just going to braid it down for a couple times, and then I'm gonna add in my first feed-in braid. Now you will notice that as I go along with the feed-in braid, the hair that I'm adding gets thicker. That's how you want to go ahead and add your feed-in braids. You want to start with a very thin piece of hair to begin with, and then as you add, it gets bigger and bigger. I tried to show you here how I added the hair. It was not too clear, so later on in the video you will see another part how I actually add the hair. But I'm taking it and adding it to the hair that's holding the middle piece. So I'm sliding that hair, the extension between my pointy finger and my thumb, and I'm holding that in place with one piece, and then I'm braiding it and then bringing in the other piece eventually and braiding it. I don't know if that really made sense, but again, later on in the video you will see a much better close-up when I get to the middle part of my hair to show you what I'm actually doing. Okay, so here is the close-up that I mentioned earlier. Again, I have sectioned my hair. I started braiding with my own hair, and then I've added a very thin piece of extension as the first feed-in piece. I go ahead and add in now the second feed-in piece and slide in that between my thumb and my pointy finger, braiding that in, and then sliding in the next part of that extension and continue braiding that way. Again, like I said, as I keep adding the extension, the amount of hair that I'm adding gets bigger and bigger. There's not a big jump in the amount of hair, it's just slightly bigger, but that's how you want to do it. You want to add slightly bigger pieces of hair as you go along. Right, so I have completed the middle section of my hair, and now it's on to the top part of my hair. I reparted the front part of my hair because I wanted a deeper side part, but I have applied my jam, sectioned off my first section, and again you can see that I have begun braiding my own hair before I go ahead and add any extension. Then I am adding extension here. Now when I added the extension to the front of my hair, I did it differently than I did the rest of my hair. So you will see that I'm trying to actually loop the extension around my pointy finger in order to slip it in. So it's almost the same concept, except that I am just making a loop in the extension here so that it slips between my pointy finger and my thumb, and then I continue braiding. So again, here you'll see I formed that loop, slipped it in underneath my pointy finger, which is holding that middle section of hair with my thumb, and then I continue braiding. And of course I just keep doing the same thing till my hair is thick enough, it's to the desired thickness, and then I continue finishing the braid. Alright, so I'm wrapping up that braid, and I'm just gonna go ahead and speed right through the rest of my hair because it's pretty much the same concept as I go along. So go ahead and speed right through this. Alright, now my hair is done. Do you see how shiny and sleek and tight this thing is? Alright, so now that my hair is all done, it's now time to go ahead and cut off any of the frizzy and thin ends. So I'm just gathering up the hair and lengthening them out and just cutting off the frizzy and very thin ends. Then the next step is to dip them in some very hot boiling water. Now I will put a disclaimer here and say be very careful when you're doing this step. You do not want to burn yourself because this water was hot. It was straight off the kettle into the jar, and I dipped my hair in it, and as you can see here, I am being very careful to not burn myself and to make sure that when I pull my hair out the water, I am making sure that my towel is right underneath there to catch any of that hot water and the hot steam. So my hair is all dipped in hot water, it's nice and straightened, and that's how I went ahead and did my own feeding braids on myself for the very first time, and I will say that it was a success. Very proud of my handiwork, if I do say so myself. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, drop them down below. If you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up and definitely go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss out on future videos. And I will see you guys next time. Until then, stay blessed. Bye guys.